Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video came about due to a video I made a few months ago that got my gears turning. The video on wheels and building wheel decks. I had a thought. What if I built a deck that had a ton of wheels along with a ton of wheel payoffs? The whole point of the deck is to win by wheeling. Of course, this would need to be a 4-color deck because there are wheels in every color except green. But if we're making a 4-color deck, might as well make it a CEDH deck. After all, no one is going to believe that a Tymna and Kraum deck could possibly be casual. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically, if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Tymna the Weaver is a 3-mana 2/2 legendary human cleric with lifelink. At the beginning of our post-combat main phase, we may pay X life, where X is the number of opponents that were dealt combat damage this turn. If we do, we draw X cards. She also has Partner. Kraum, Loot of Ex Opus, is a 5-mana 4/4 legendary zombie horror with flying and haste. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, we draw a card. It also has Partner. While not the highest of tiers like Tymna and Thrasios, Tymna and Kraum are still a force to be reckoned with. Now, when I'm building myself decks, I normally like to stay in the $500 range, or maybe build a budget deck. Don't worry, tomorrow's video is a nice, safe $50 budget deck. But today, I wanted to go crazy. What if Danon got to 1 million subscribers and started making good money on YouTube? What if Danon won the lottery? What deck would I build for myself? Well, I think it would be something like this deck. That being said, this isn't exactly CEDH. Wheeling your way to victory can be a fun and powerful way to win the game, but it's not a CEDH strategy. That being said, I did make sure to include enough interaction to hold our own at high-powered tables, and even some Tier 9 CEDH tables. But don't expect to win a big tournament with this deck. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. One of my favorite products Ultimate Guard has is their Xenoskin Sidewinder. The Sidewinder has a soft microfiber lining as well as the rugged Xenoskin shell we've all come to love. While the Sidewinder isn't a new product, they are now available in the beautiful two-tone Synergy series, like this black-green one seen here. Find it if your local game store carries Ultimate Guard products, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm going to be streaming on Musings by Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about manga. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Flooded Strand, Arid Mesa, Polluted Delta, Verdant Catacombs, Wooded Foothills, Scalding Tarn, Marsh Flats, Bloodstained Mire, Windswept Heath, Misty Rainforest, Tundra, Plateau, Underground Sea, Volcanic Island, Scrubland, Badlands, Hallowed Fountain, Sacred Foundry, Watery Grave, Steam Vents, Godless Shrine, Blood Crypt, Bajuka Bog, 1 Plains, 1 Island, 1 Swamp, and 1 Mountain make up the land base for our deck. If you want to save a few $1,000s for your own deck, swap out the original duels with the new Surveil lands from Murders at Karloff Manor. Smothering Tithe, Black Market Connections, Dockside Extortionist, Mana Crypt, Jeweled Lotus, Mox Amber, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Progress, Talisman of Conviction, Talisman of Dominance, Talisman of Creativity, Talisman of Hierarchy, Talisman of Indulgence, Isochron Scepter, and Dramatic Reversal help us to ramp out and stay ahead of the curve. Windfall, Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Misfortune, Notion Thief, Whispering Madness, Winds of Change, Esper Sentinel, Rhystic Study, Mystic Remora, Riel the Everwise, Consecrated Sphinx, Archivist of Ogma, Alms Collector, Jace's Archivist, Magus of the Wheel, Vampiric Tutor, Enlightened Tutor, Demonic Tutor, Imperial Seal, Dark Deal, and Echo of Eons help us to dig through our deck and find answers. Narset Parter of Veils, Swords to Plowshares, Swan Song, Deuthi Voidwalker, Opposition Agent, Draneth Magistrate, Fierce Guardianship, Force of Will, Force of Negation, Deflecting Swat, Pact of Negation, An Offer You Can't Refuse, Flusterstorm, Path to Exile, Mana Drain, Mental Misstep, Miscast, Negate, and Anguished Unmaking help us to keep our opponents in line. Cyclonic Rift, Farewell, and Toxic Deluge help us to reset the board as needed. Sheoldred the Apocalypse, Waste Not, Orcish Bowmasters, Nekusar the Mindraiser, the Locust God, Thassa's Oracle, Laboratory Maniac, Keza Augur of Agonies, Demonic Consultation, and Tainted Pact to help us to close out games and win out of nowhere. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 45 mana sources split between 29 lands and 16 pieces of ramp. Low for a regular commander deck, but just about right for a CEDH deck. 21 pieces of card advantage. High, but that is kind of the point of this deck. 19 pieces of interaction, 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Echo of Eons and Bojuka Bog, 1 sudden I win card in Thassa's Oracle. Thassa's Oracle quickly rose to prominence as a difficult to interact with win condition in CEDH. In order to win the game on the spot, you cast Thassa's Oracle. Then, holding priority, you cast either Demonic Consultation or Tainted Pact. Either of these can be used to exile your library. Thassa's Oracle then checks your library, and since it's no longer there and therefore less than your devotion to blue, you win the game. But my goal with this deck is to win with wheels. The Thoracle combo is just there as a backup. Ideally, I'd love to win with a Sheoldred the Apocalypse combined with a Windfall. Assuming our hand is big enough, it could force our opponents to draw enough cards that they all die on the spot. I know a lot of you are looking at this deck thinking it is silly and a waste of money, and you'd be right. But Magic is a game, and the point of any game is to have fun. If you have no budget limitations, what deck would you build? Leave a comment below. I may do a video if I see a really fun idea. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Squishy, Brat, Roxy, Sean, Mark, Borgie, Nazwin, Pedro, Midge, Alex, Julio, Valeri, Conga, RJ, Aaron, Chris, Robert, Joel, Brock, Michael, Skinwalker, Sidewinder, Austin, and William. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.